Hi everyone, it's Master Wong here again. Today is a special little bit day. I'm in a very nice place in Milton Keynes, and a lot of you follow me into the martial arts side, learn about self-defense, learn about all this protection to helping yourself, okay? One thing I always say to people all the time, you can protect yourself and everything, but if you got money problem and you know how to protect your wealth, it's a big problem. I got a friend of mine here, he's from the Wealth Dragon. You don't know what it is, you will find out, and it's John Lee. How are you, John?
I'm great, thank you, Master Wong.
Thank you to be here today and talk to you a little bit about wealth, you know, about protecting the money. My audience is I'm teaching martial arts, you know, yeah? And I want, some of them ask me sometimes, but like, yeah, I like to martial, but I got problem with making money. I got problem with this, and I cannot train because I got problem with money. What advice did you give them?
Well, first of all, from doing a lot of research and getting my businesses from zero to multi-million-dollar companies, one of the things I realized is that if you want to make money, you got to find somebody who's got money and then just do what they do. So when I went to do a lot of research on this, I found there's actually what people do to make money is they invest in assets, right? A lot of people, they spend their money on liabilities, things that take money out of their pocket. And the problem with that is if you put money into something like a car, the car doesn't give you a return. So one of the fastest ways to protect your money is to not spend it on liabilities. In fact, you need to spend it on assets. You put your money into something that's going to produce you money back. So there's actually 4 different types of assets. And if you're watching this, grab a pen and piece of paper, write this down. PIPB. P, the first P stands for property. One of the first ways I was able to make my first million was from property, and I made my first million at the age of 27. And that's because I was able to buy a lot of property, and I got in the right time, in the right place, the right financing. And the way you make money with property and the way you protect your money is instead of having your money and putting it into something that doesn't return you money, you put it into some kind of real estate, some asset that's going to return you money back. So, you know, with property, you rent your property out and the money comes back through rent.
Wow.
And people actually pay off your mortgage. That's the first way. The second way is something called intellectual property. So intellectual property, what known as IP. A lot of you right now have maybe heard of franchising. If you look at something like McDonald's, it costs $500,000 for a McDonald's franchise. So if you're able to tap into intellectual property, take that and you can resell that on. That's another way you can protect your money and wealth.
Wow.
Third way, which I find is really, really important, remember PIP. The third P is for paper assets. You know, if you're watching this right now, you know there's companies like Google, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube. All these companies started as technology companies, and if you had the knowledge to be able to invest and put your money, instead of spending $5,000 on a holiday, because you know someone said to me once, "Oh, John, I've got money problems." I said, "Why?" "Oh, well, you know, I make a lot of money, but I'm losing a lot of money." I said, "Tell me what you've spent your money on this month." "Oh, I just booked a cruise for £5,000.
Right.
And I've said, that's why you're broke.
Right.
If you'd have taken that $5,000 and bought some shares in this company, for example, if all of you, if you look back, if you do a search for Apple share price, in the last 10 years, the curve's gone like this. If you'd have put $5,000 into Apple, you'd be very, very wealthy right now.
Wow.
Right? So that's one of the ways you got to protect your wealth, because you know you talk a lot about self-defense, but no one ever talks about self-defense for their money, right, or their wealth. And you know, if you try and retire now with the pensions, especially here in the UK, it's not good. You know, when people retire, they're not gonna be able to live off what they have. And the last one, this is the best one, and this is business, right? You know, the PIPB, the B is for business. When you're able to create a business from something you love, and one of the stuff I love about what you're doing is you're adding massive value to people's lives. You're teaching people the skills that they need to survive in this world, especially with today's instances that are happening. And what you're doing is you're doing what you love and you're getting paid for what you love. And
that's right.
This is what we call a passion-based business. You see, a lot of us, we've been taught to go to school, get a job, and then work for somebody else. But the word job, if you don't know what it stands for just over broke.
Wow.
Right? Just over broke. So these are 4 ways that people can do right now to really start protecting their money. Remember, don't put your money into things that are going to lose you money. Put your money into things that are going to return you money.
I love that. As you listen to what John said, the thing as well, if you want to go on holiday, if you invest the money, when you made the money, you go on holiday, don't you?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So this is quite important. Another thing is, well, like you mentioned about business, it's very important. If people nowadays, they're very good at martial art, but they're not very good how to do business. Is a problem, don't you think?
Yeah.
How they were able to help themselves if they want to doing some business in that way?
Well, here's the thing. For me, when I first started, sold my car. I had a Honda S2000. I sold it and I got 15,000 back. And what I did, I invested in my education. In fact, Warren Buffett, who's one of the richest men in the world, he said that if you want to be successful, you want to be wealthy, then you've got to go out and educate yourself on the subject of wealth. A lot of people nowadays, they just watch soap operas, they watch, you know, stuff on TV, junk. They're putting junk into their mind. They're not putting good stuff into their brain.
Right.
You know, like for me, every single day I'm educating myself. When I'm at the gym, I'm listening to audiobooks. Audible is a really good way to consume a lot of books really fast. You just play them 3 times as fast, then you can go through a lot of books. Go to seminars, events, get a coach, get a mentor, get a business mentor. Because like if you want to get fit and you want to be in great shape, you speak to Master Wong. Look at these muscles, right?
So what is it you're saying is you can't just learn things like this. You have to model the best.
You have to, and I'm going to teach you 5 things that I learned from my mentors and my teachers, because you know your audience, I think it's great that you're getting this information out to them. So I'm going to give you a shortcut. So these 5 things is called SMOP, S-M-O-P-F, right? So just think of a mop, a super mop, S, then mop, M-O-P, then F. What does S stand for? Well, if you're going to start a business, number 1, it's got to have sales. Nothing happens if you don't have any sales transactions, right? The M stands for marketing. You're an expert at getting your work out using YouTube, and social media now is the fastest way to get your stuff out to millions of people around the world, right? O stands for operations. Once you've got that, a system that works, you scale it up and you get it to millions of people around the world, and it becomes automatic. You see, people working in the job, Master Wong, they are working in a job for somebody else, and what people do is they leave their job to start their own business, but now they've become self-employed, so now they've given themselves a job, right? So business means that you don't work in your business, you work on your business, right? P stands for people. You've got to have great people around you, contacts, and F is finance. Right now money is everywhere, right? But you got to know the right places and how to find the money and how to scale up your business.
Wow. I think that all of you get the loads of value from John here, yeah? And I think I learned a lot today as well. Today I invited to Milton Keynes here to the headquarters of Wealth Dragon, and I love it because people here is, like I mentioned before, the thing you do and the people you meet, and we meet the great people here. So if you want to know more about business, where do you find you, John?
Just go to Facebook, type in John Lee Public, and there's hundreds of videos there. Or for those of you like to, or maybe if you like to read, I've got a book on Amazon called The Wealth Dragon Way. But we run a lot of events all around the world, so you know, if you really want to learn how to do this stuff, then just drop Master Wong a message or drop us a message, and I would love to invite you to one of our events to learn this stuff intensively.
As you know, John here give a lot of value to you. So if you're a broke like the joke out there, and you do martial art, you love it, and you want to do something, Master Wong here, easy people, and take action.